Last week, I was watching one of my favorite channels, TCM, when it happened to be playing a 1939 movie starring Bette Davis called Dark Victory. She plays a character named Judy, who is a wealthy Long Island socialite, who loves fast cars and horses, probably like most of us here. One day she's riding her favorite horse, jumping it over one fence after another on her property, and suddenly she experiences a bout of double vision. Instead of seeing just one fence looming in front of her and her mount, she sees two fences, and she doesn't know which one is real, which one to jump and which one to ignore. And she ends up riding her horse right through the fence and being knocked off the saddle. For Judy, that double vision does not bode well. She doesn't want to see a doctor, but she does, and of course he ends up to be charming and handsome, a neurologist, and he determines that she has a brain tumor. Now, you know love has to be in the air, and it is. So this triple hanky film goes on from there. I won't tell you how it ends. It was a good movie. It won, or was nominated for several Academy Awards. In this film, double vision can spell disaster. And for us, physically, double vision is not something we want, but believe me, we even more do not want it when it comes from a spiritual perspective. As Christians, we want to keep that at arm's length. However, a number of the faithful in the ancient city of Colossae contracted this double vision in spirit. And that is what prompted St. Paul to write them, as we heard in today's second reading in his letter to the Colossians. Last week's second reading also came from this letter. And in that passage, Paul spoke of Christ as the one who is supreme over all and existing before all. He said that all things continue to exist because of Christ, and that through his resurrection, he is the beginning of the new creation. So Jesus is the vision we want before our eyes and nothing else. But false teachers came to the Colossians and convinced a good number of them that Jesus is not the source of salvation. Rather, certain mysterious cosmic powers claim that role. They were very persuasive, and double vision was the result for those who believed what they had to say. My friends, life is found only in Jesus Christ, and through baptism, that life has been granted to all of us here. Paul wants the church in Colossae, as he writes this letter, to know this, and he wants us here at St.Joseph Parish to know it too, to know that within each of us, Jesus Christ dwells. The very life of God is found not light years away from us, but right in here. How blessed we are, and how easily we can forget. Your destiny and mine is glory with God in heaven. And Jesus is our hope for that, as Paul goes on to point out. But there are a lot of attractions in this world that can induce double vision, tempting us to show Jesus the door and to pursue a false glory that leads to disaster. Very talented people fall prey to this double vision. And one of them was someone we probably all have heard of, St. Augustine. This great saint was born in 354 in northern Africa and was taught as a child by his holy mother Monica regarding the teachings of the faith and the importance of a relationship with Jesus Christ. As a teenager, the brilliant Augustine, who was not yet baptized, was drawn to a very different set of beliefs. To his mother's great grief, he abandoned all that he had learned about Jesus. We go 16 years down the line, at a point when Augustine was a renowned teacher and orator who held an important post in Rome. But he went on from there to another great city further north in Italy, Milan. And that was good for him because there he encountered the Bishop Ambrose, later St. Ambrose. Ambrose also was a great orator, and so Augustine wanted to meet him. But far better than learning more about how to teach and practice the skill of oratory, Augustine found his way to Jesus, or was led to Jesus, because of this great bishop. Ambrose enabled this young cohort of his to come to see that true life is only in Jesus, that he is the only authentic vision for us, for anyone who seeks the truth. Consequently, at the age of 31, Augustine was baptized, and what followed was nearly 45 years of loving, devoted service to God. The passions of the body, passion for success, passion for fame. Augustine had found these very enticing. These and other earthly desires, as well as the cares that can burden us, have a way of deceiving us and leading us away from God. So do sets of false beliefs touted by some in society who are quite persuasive and influential, as Augustine discovered to his great regret, having been led astray for many years. To hold fast against double vision, let us keep our eyes fixed on him who dwells within, Jesus. This we do, brothers and sisters, by listening to him, like Mary in today's gospel passage. And we do so through prayer and the scriptures. And we stay close to him and keep his vision alone in our focus through Eucharist, which in a short while will nourish us at this table and give us a small taste of the glory awaiting us in heaven.